Hi, I'm Rory McElmoyle. I'm the Senior Energy Analyst for Appalachian Voices, and I'm here in our Boone, North Carolina office.
Hi, I'm Jack Meyer, a community organizer with the Energy Democracy Project. I'm calling in from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Hey, Jack.
How's it going, Rory?
You good, buddy? We hope that you and your family and friends are doing well during these difficult times, that you're finding opportunities to get outside, to go for a hike, or just to listen to the birds.
We want to tell you about some of the work we've been doing the past few weeks to try to help those who have been hit hard by the economic fallout of the coronavirus pandemic. Across Appalachia, millions of families are burdened by high energy costs and struggle to pay their utility bills, often having to choose between keeping their lights on, buying groceries, or getting the medicine that they need. That is a problem that persists even during normal times.
But the coronavirus pandemic and the economic hardship it's causing for so many families and residents has brought into sharp focus this root problem, as even more people are now unable to pay their energy or water bills. Last month, Angela Hayslip, who lives in Warren County here in North Carolina, begged the power company not to cut off service to her elderly mother and stepfather, both stroke victims who depend on medical equipment just to breathe. In more than 20 years, her parents had never missed a payment to Halifax Electric Cooperative, but amid the chaos of the pandemic, they fell behind. Hayslip, who was unemployed, didn't have the more than $600 owed on the account at the end of March and received a notice that her parents' power would be shut off in just a few days. Fortunately, on the same day she received that notice, Governor Roy Cooper issued an executive order, effective immediately, suspending disconnections and late payments for all utilities operating in the state.
Here in Tennessee, we have people like Jamie Welda in Meigs County, who had to stock up on groceries to prepare for the pandemic, but then didn't have enough money left over to cover her electric bill. Even though she never missed a payment for over 10 years, her electric co-op refused to keep her lights on until the end of the week when she was going to get paid. Then she had to pay an additional $30 to reconnect her power just for those few days. Another setback that people have to face when their power gets shut off. Even though some Tennessee utilities have suspended shutoffs, we're calling on Governor Lee to issue a statewide moratorium.
In North Carolina, soon after the outbreak hit, we realized that a lot of people could be faced with having their electricity shut off. So we joined together with the North Carolina Justice Center and 28 other organizations on an open letter to the governor, the Utilities Commission, and others, calling for an immediate moratorium on utility disconnections and late payment fees for all utilities, including rural electric cooperatives, as well as gas and water utilities. Around that time, the State Utilities Commission required all regulated utilities to immediately suspend disconnects and late fees, but that only basically covered Duke Energy and not the millions of people who get electricity from smaller municipal utilities or rural electric cooperatives. We called on the governor to expand the moratorium to all electric utilities, which he did on March 31st. But there's still work to be done. We'll be asking the governor to extend the moratorium beyond the end of May and to expand shut-off protections to businesses, which weren't included in his first order. We'll also be tracking utility compliance with the order. And importantly, we're calling for changes in policies and programs that ensure people aren't disconnected due to accumulated bill debt once the moratorium is lifted.
Thanks for that work, Rory. Great stuff. In Tennessee, our research has been highlighting some of the inherent problems we find in our public power system, mainly that the utilities lack the regulation and local control that they really need. In March, the Tennessee Public Utility Commission issued a statewide moratorium, but it only applied to a handful of investor-owned utilities, leaving more than 80 municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives who were not included in that. Also, the Tennessee Valley Authority, which is a giant federal utility that generates and sells all of the power to municipals and co-ops, made it easier for those local utilities to adopt shutoff moratoriums by allowing them to delay their wholesale power payments. Over the last few weeks, we have been working with other groups in the Tennessee Valley Energy Democracy movement to get a statewide shutoff moratorium by sending letters and making calls to our Utility Trade Association, Governor Bill Lee, and members of Congress. We will continue to make this push until we win a moratorium for the Tennessee Valley.
That's great. And Appalachian Voices launched our energy democracy work just last year to address the underlying problem of energy burdens people face over the long term. Among other things, we're working to expand investments in energy efficiency for lower income families and getting policies in place that help them afford their bills in the future. We're also advocating for policies and programs that promote local renewable energy production and decision-making, and we're working to achieve equitable and affordable access to clean energy resources for everybody.
Visit our website for more links and resources, including both of our utility trackers to see if your utility is implementing shutoffs. And please don't hesitate to call or email us if you're having any issues with your utility. Thanks for watching and stay safe. Talk to you later, Rory.
Bye, Jack.